Hi guys, it's Skinboot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is episode 2 of the Black Ops multiplayer map and no clipping series. And episode 1 I did Nuketown, probably the most interesting map to explore on, and second of all we're going to be doing firing range. For episode 2, the second map, we're going to be doing firing range because it is somewhat like Nuketown in the fact that it's small, it's quite it's a fan favourite, and also has nice little details outside of the map, under the map, above the map, and so forth. So I'm going to bring you this, and after this, if there is a number 3, if of course this and the first one is well received, I'll be happy to continue on doing the series. And then after that I'll probably do Hanoi, I can imagine, or something else like Array, or any of that stuff. But nevertheless, today we are on firing range, and I'm just going to give you an idea of what the map looks like behind boundaries and where the common player cannot look. So of course what we're going to do is we'll start off in the spawn. I'll try and make this a little bit shorter than the last one, because I try not to kind of waffle on as much, and also because this is recorded in 1080p, it takes quite a while to render a 20-minute long 1080p video. And of course with the first episode, Sony Vegas kind of glitched out, and when I rendered it, it didn't remember my stuff that I'd basically set. Like for example, I had to shorten the beginning because I have to start it earlier. It didn't save that for whatever reason, and I didn't realise until I did upload it. So that's annoying. So I'm gonna try and keep it as short as can be, or I might downscale it to 720p and put it 60 FPS. I might do that. I don't know, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, enough talking, let's have a little look around. So, firing range has some nice little details outside of the map. As you can see, we got a little netball court with a basketball kind of like stand thing that's on the floor. We got these stands here. This part is also solid, by the way. Again, I'm going to try not to disable Noclip as much, because the majority of the map is not solid, and I just fall through, and it doesn't spawn you back up, you just fall infinitely, and it's really hard. And we've got some kind of obstacle course here, which is pretty cool. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure this is solid, but again, as you go pretty much over here, it just goes to mesh-ness. And this helicopter, it's always, made me wonder, what the hell is outside? Because every time you're in the map of firing range, you look out and you see this helicopter over here, and you're like, why the hell are the blades spinning? Why? Can I get in it? Is there anything in it? And unfortunately, you can't get in it, you can't fly it, you can't go on the M60s. If only I could double check with, turning off Noclip, but you just fall through it. But nevertheless, it's a pretty cool detail to the map. And again, Treyarch not trying to break immersion. The fact that over here, of course, like this little step of the helicopter is slightly under the map, but they've made sure to put it on the other side so they don't break immersion. Got a little flashing light underneath, and also a ace of spades, which is pretty neat. Some nice little details under it. Here we got some like little bunker things with no interiors, unfortunately. None of that. And we have this weird kind of broadcast disc, like from Array, and they're in a couple other multiplayer maps as well. That's that. And if we have a look in the other bunkhouses, again, nothing in here, but we do have some signs. Something restricted area. Don't know what that says. This is nothing. This big ass building over here, which just is some kind of hut. Textureless. Likewise with this, hasn't got any textures in it. We do have a watchtower over here, presumably for the little officer guy or whoever it is to actually overwatch the obstacle course. And before you get your hopes up, these ladders don't work, and the towers are not solid. I've tried them and they're not solid. I've done a bit like pre-preparation before recording, just to have a little check around the map what's solid and what's not solid, just so I don't have to waste time with keep turning it on and off and on and off. But if you're ever wondering what's through this cage thingy up here, we just have this kind of backdrop thingy, like we got the truck, we got some other stuff out here, kind of like a little parking bit, which is kind of cool, and we got like a little watching stand, which does actually lead down to this firing range bit here. Now, one thing which I do know for certain is that this part is actually solid, which is quite cool, and I got that goddamn achievement again. But this is solid, because there is a barrier here. You can't jump over and go here. Like, I think it'd be cool if you could, to be fair, because I mean it'd be quite interesting. But the targets work because you can shoot them from inside the map, so they all work. I'm pretty sure these... Okay, they don't work, neither does that. I don't quite remember where it... I think it's about there, it doesn't go solid. But what annoys me is that you can shoot and, you know, it'll hit the floor, but when you actually walk, you'll fall through it. Like, you know, back in the day with Modern Warfare 2, you know, doing the outer maps, that would be a great way of telling whether or not the map was solid. If you shot and it made a mark, then it was solid. But now, things are different. Like, for example, if I shoot this track, I'll just fall under the map, and then I have to really quickly enable noclip. But I think on this map you actually hit a barricade, which is kind of cool. But that is that. That is a little firing range, the miniature firing range out here, which is pretty cool. Nice little details they put in. We've got like a car and another watchtower. And we've got a barrel. Does that explode? I need to know. It's going to annoy me. God, my chair is so squeaky. Good God. Here we go. Right. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is. Oh, God. Oh, well. Okay. That's pretty cool. God, I need a new chair. That's squeaky as hell. So yeah, they got some little interesting details around the map. We've got this path that's going around the map, which is quite neat. And we have another target, just a lone target all on his own, which is kind of depressing. And there's two more things which I want to show you outside the map, and then we'll have a look inside the map. We have this little sign that says Gateway to Hell. You're entering quarantine. Is that liberated by 2nd Battalion, 7th Cav, Mike Curran, date 7th of April, is that 68? I think that is. So again, keeping in with the kind of like Vietnam sort of setting and so forth, you know, which is kind of cool. Nice little additions to that. I mean, even still, you can't even see it that well from inside the map. So, you know, again, they're just going out of their way to make sure that the map is as immersive as possible. We've got some more guard towers. Again, I'm pretty sure this is not solid. So I'm not going to try. But one thing that is pretty neat is that these little fighter jets that are lined up on this kind of like strip actually have models of pilots inside of them, as you can see here. I mean, they're like extremely low res, you know, like just polygons and basically untextured. But it's still pretty damn cool how they put them in. Also, considering from all the way back here, there is pretty much like, you know, no way that you would notice that without, you know, zooming in with a sniper or no clipping out the map. But it's still cool how they did add them in. And they also got like a little co-pilot as well, which is pretty cool. And they've got all these jets, just kind of copy and pasted, but nevertheless still making sure the immersion is as immersive as it can be. And then I'll show you these other jets, and then I'll see if the runway is actually solid. I'm nearly 100% sure it's not, but that's still pretty cool, as you can see. Just more jets. Which is pretty neat, and they are slightly floating, but again, if they are floating, then make sure to put them behind trees and so forth, so it doesn't break the immersion too hard. But yeah, it's not solid, as you can see. And one thing which you probably have noticed now, considering I've fallen under the map a couple of times, is the fact that there's actually sea under the map. There's just like water under the map, which is pretty cool. Here it's a lot more shallow because we obviously have the beach here, which is quite cool. You know, little palm trees and so forth. And they just put the water all the way under the map, which I think is a nice little addition. It looks a bit pixely at some points, but it's still, you know, pretty cool nevertheless. If we keep moving, another guard tower that's not solid. I'm pretty sure that that is, for out of map at least, that's all of the interesting details. Now we'll have a look what's actually inside the map. Oh yeah, if you were wondering what's behind these mountains, it's actually nothing, unfortunately. But what they've done is kind of put some floating rocks and stuff again, because you can't see them because there's so many trees, but they just put them there for the hell of it. They actually have like a 2D, just like a really low res 2D image of some Vietnamese village, and then they've actually put mountains above, which again below, not below, behind, that's the one. Behind don't have anything, unfortunately. And also you can just see here, we got the regular skybox of mountains and that kind of lovely view, which is pretty cool. So if we actually have a look inside the map, I can't think of anything too crazy inside the map, but I've always wanted to know. Come back soon. Where does this go? There's not a lot of kind of off-limit parts to this map, really. That's the one thing. We've got a jeep, we've got a cabinet inside, which is pretty neat. We've got a little bunker. Oh yeah, that's where. Okay, that's why the little thingy is there. And we've got a body count and just these little sort of details. I'm just trying to keep the map as immersive as possible. We've got the showers here as well, which you can't actually get behind them, can you? Which is pretty cool. What's that say? Quarantine. Do you know? I have no clue. I can imagine it is solid. I wouldn't. Yeah, of course. But that's the pretty cool place. If there was a way to like glitch behind, that would be literally the best boosting spot possible. If anyone even boosts on Black Ops, but back in the day they probably did, to be fair. And do you know what? I don't think there is actually that much else to cover. The map itself is very basic, of course, because it's a firing range. Everything is 2D. It doesn't have a back to it. But we can, of course, check inside these stuff, you know, like inside the buildings. Up here in the watchtower, that was so good when you actually got up here with a sniper and you just absolutely wrecked people. We've got American flag. We've got another little Soviet guy up here in this watchtower. Is it solid? Oh, it is. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's like one of these weird COD 4 style, like slightly ice rinky. Oh god, I just fell out. Things, but like the floor's a little slippery. I did it in that COD 4 out map glitch I did probably about 2 years ago. I remember I pointed that out. So cute, and the bot's running around doing what it wants. I think that may actually be it. It's a very, very small map, which I quite like actually. But Newtown had the out of map details, which were a lot more kind of in depth in a way. They had a lot like that bunker with the dummies in it, which was just really disturbing. But firing range, it does, you know, of course, put the little details outside the map, but they don't go like out of their way to try and make it like super duper immersive. But nevertheless, it's still pretty damn cool. So it's still probably one of my favourite maps out there, just because it's so close quarters. It's really intense when you're trying to get in the tower. Domination is good. And why did he put down a camera spike? Oh, how cute. He's so confused. He doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. And I think that might actually be it. Let's just have a looky. Anything I can think of? I can't actually think of anything. So I think that is going to be the end of that. Like a much shorter episode than Nuketown, probably because I've gone through it a little bit faster, but again because of the kind of rendering and stuff, and also because there's not much point like spending ages on like this. Apart from that's pretty cool. That's quite interesting. But of course I haven't actually looked under the map, have I? So let's have a look under the map. Again, it's just sea. There's no pink trucks underneath, unfortunately. Maybe, I don't know, some other stuff if we go further out. But just get an idea of the props and the trees, which are all back here, which it's just quite cool actually. Yeah, as you can see here, the sea kind of goes like super blurry and like headachy. How weird. It's only when you look that way as well. It looks alright-ish when you go this way. I don't know, how weird. But yeah, let's have a look from above, of course, as per usual. Let's have a look from above, get you some kind of idea of what the map looks like, and I take it's going to be like Nuketown, where it's a small map, but in terms of like water and so forth, it's actually quite big. And I've always wanted to know what's, you know, like past the sea. Does the sea ever end? And to be honest with you, I really cannot be bothered to have a look. Look how big the sea is. I really don't want to spend like 2 weeks trying to get out there, and even still, it'll probably just end the map. But yeah, nevertheless, still pretty cool. I'm trying to work out what that is. What's the shape of that? It's like a stealth bomber from Modern Warfare 2, sort of. It kind of looks like a blob. It looks like a it's got three humps. It's got 2 on the side. 3 plus 2 is 5. There's one line. 5 minus 1 equals 4. 3 jets. 4 plus 3 is 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then minus 3 is something. And do you know, I don't know actually. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's that. That is firing range from a different perspective. What it looks like, as always, if I missed out anything. If I missed out some crazy ass thing that you're going to like stress yourself over, then put it in the comment section below. I'll do a follow-up. And next up will most likely be Hanoi. Or, I would say Array, or maybe Cracked. One of those kind of villagey maps I quite like to do, because I can imagine they'd have a lot of nice little details, as there are a lot of buildings. So, that is the end of the video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that subscribe button below and that like button below. Also, guys, if you could drop a comment, that'd really help us out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace out.